sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Gonna talk real quick about Gary Russell. Tank actually reacted to Gary Russell. Kind of blasted him after the fight. We're gonna talk about Gary Russell potentially moving up to 135 and what PBC handlers don't want him to do, which is that. But hey, I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and Gervonta Tank Davis say he made his return to Twitter last night, saying that these dudes all bark, no bite. But in fact, he is the one that's all bark and no bite, not minimum bite, no bite. You know what I'm saying? For somebody who just got in trouble with his BM, actually cooperating with Miami police about him taking her to the back and putting a Beach by Dre on her, he sure couldn't stay off of Twitter long enough to lay low, and he had to respond to Gary Russell. And Gary Russell, and I put an interview in the description, I put all this in the description. Gary Russell, said that Tank a punk, that Tank a cherry picker. You know what I'm saying? Saying he the one that held up the fight, and his coach Calvin Ford. Now, I hate when coaches get into the political side of boxing. And apparently, Baby Mama's boy asked him. It was a great question about Baby Mama's boy. You got to give credit to credit is due. He asked him, basically, he was like, well, I asked Calvin Ford. He said, you don't sell. He said, what did you mean I don't sell enough? He said, I'm just trying to fight. Anybody call my name out, you 200 pounds or whatever, and then I'm a competitor. He said, what is he talking about? We can do that fight in DC and it'll sell out. And he right. For Gervonta to go out here and try to play, reverse psychology role like the fans stupid. We all know Gervonta is one of the biggest punks in boxing. I'm sorry. I liked the kid at one point, and I defended him, and I thought he could beat Lomachenko, but he a punk. He don't have a competitive spirit in his body. He's not a real boxer. He continuously disrespects the boxing game. And I don't care what Pikachu think with his 5'5" ass. I'll punt his ass. You know what I'm saying? I put him on 1st and 10. So I really don't care about his opinion and what he got to say. We all make mistakes, so I'm not going to go there with him. But for him to come out there and try to play the role, and he do all this talking, that's what killed me about him and Errol Spence, bro. And Jamal Charlo. They do all this talking. And when it's time to get down, when it's time to exchange blow, may it be they opposition on the same side, the middle of the street, the other side of the street. When it's time to square up with Canelo, Demetrius Andrade, Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Davis, Tevin Farmer, with Gary Russell, they don't want none. They don't want no nan. They don't want no smoke. They will do all this talking, all this rip rapping, yip yapping, and all this rapping. But when it's time to square up, call Al. You know what I'm saying? That's basically like when you in the classroom and the teacher around. You know what I'm saying? Or the teacher ain't around, and the dude you about to get into, when he start yelling and screaming, hey, trying to get some authority. That's what I calling Al for. Calling Al is like a safety mechanism inside these dudes. Call Al. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to fight nobody. I'm tired. If they didn't talk as much, or if they wasn't out here baiting other fighters and stuff of that nature, and they didn't talk so much trash, you know what I'm saying? And they just say, you know what? I'm just fighting the guys they put in front of me. Hope he go and have a good career. If the fight happen, cool. But they out here talking trash. Gervonta, they all bark, no bite. You all bark with no bite. You the one out here fighting Ricardo Nunes or struggling with a one-legged Yuriorkis Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? You scared of a 126-pounder. You fight 122-pounders. You fought 126-pounders. You even brought 130-pounders to 35 and struggle. You scared of Gary Russell. And a lot of people believe you would beat Gary Russell. A ton of people believe he'd put the Beast by Dre on Gary Russell. On God and them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people believe he defeats Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? But he's scared to compete. And then you got Floyd Mayweather, right? He calls Gary Russell up and tell him to stop picking on Tank. That's when I was done with TMT, Mayweather, whatever they want to call him. That's when I was done with Javante. I was done with Leonard Ellaby. I was done with Floyd. You know, don't no real boxing dude who called himself TBE the best ever. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody, you know, tell a fighter, call another fighter and say stop picking on him. That's why Gary Russell can't get out of neutral, because Floyd Mayweather hating on him. Floyd Mayweather hating on him, bro. And when one of the bosses at PBC hating on him, then Al hating on him. You know what I'm saying? So Javante needs to shut up. Shut up. You don't fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? You won't put your hands on old girl, but won't put your hands on Loma. Won't put your hands on Tevin. Won't put your hands on Gary Russell. Shut up, bro. All these excuses, you bum bashing. Oh, Tank's a star. Nobody care about if he's a star or not a star. Is you gonna compete? Sugar Ray Leonard was a star, but he still fought the best in the beginning of his career. So ain't nobody trying to hear that. You make the whole Baltimore look bad, bro. You know, that's why the Ravens got put out in the first round, on the first playoff game anyway. They shouldn't have brought your suck ass on the field. All right? But Leo Santa Cruz, you know, Stevie Kim was he was asked on Twitter, will Santa Cruz fight Gary Russell now? He said no. So everybody know, talk about Leo for me. Everybody know Leo ain't gonna fight Gary Russell. They act like Gary Russell caught a body. And if Al Haymon really wanted to make Leo and Gary Russell, Al Haymon to make it versus Leo Santa Cruz is wild. He'll make Leo do it. But like I said before, Al Haymon supposed to be so Afrocentric. He supposed to be so black. He supposed to be so for the brothers. And look how he doing Gary Russell. He'd rather pay Gary Russell extra money not to compete. Who does that in boxing, bro? Who does that? Who pay their fighters extra not to fight other because other fighters don't want to fight them? Leo Santa Cruz ain't no cash cow. He had like Leo Santa Cruz bringing in million pay-per-views, or he making $35 million to fight with Canelo. I get Canelo, them protecting Canelo best interest in, you know, hot wiring Canelo contracts and stuff of that nature. I get it. I truly get it, because that's a lot of money. $330 million is a lot of money to invest, whatever it is, into a fighter. Leo Santa Cruz still making $750,000 fighting on undercards. Is not an exciting fighter. Can't break an egg. He ain't selling out the Staples Center. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no type of spell. Well, I mean, why are they protecting, you know, vagabonds? You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. They rather waste TV money with Santa Cruz, you know, beating up bums who he can't even knock out, than take that money and make real fights. You know, it's kind of like the four fight card. Look here. You can get rid of the first two bum fights. If you paying them $50,000, $100,000, you know, $300,000, you know, in the first fight, and another $300,000, take that $600,000 and just give us two good cards. Real talk. Just give us two good fight cards, because your average fan don't want to sit here and watch. Your average fan don't want to sit here and watch four fight card, and two of the fights on a card is garbage. When they see the two fight cards as garbage, they turn to something else. So save us. They acting like Leo Santa Cruz is Canelo Alvarez. Like he bringing a whole bunch of sauce to TV. Your average American could care less about Leo Santa Cruz. And if Al Haymon don't force Leo Santa Cruz to fight Gary Russell, man, please stop talking about Al Haymon the savior. Al Haymon he's a cancer to boxing. And like I said before, people gonna say, well, he's a black man. I'm calling him how I say, I'm tired of this black power stuff, man. Cause ain't nobody truly got the true black people ain't truly black no more. You know what I'm saying? They selective black. So, you know, Al Haymon, I don't care. I like that the brother ruling boxing, but you gotta call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go into a place of employment, you're like, okay, the management black, but they ain't doing the black employees no favor. They treating the black employees worse, and they treating the other, you know, better. I ain't trying to hear all that about Al, man. Truly, man. Truly. If he ain't gonna do right by the black fighters, and he not gonna make the best fights for the fight fans in general, just not the black fight fans, if he not gonna make the best fights available, man, he can kick rocks. And I'm gonna keep pissing on his name too. And like I said before, people say, well, you get Bob. I don't get Bob no no Bob, no pass. I've been the Bob Arum killer for 10 years now. 15 years now. When Al was doing Bob dirty, I was on Colossal Sports TV saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping 100. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no reason why Leo and Gary shouldn't be next if Gervonta in trouble. Now, if Gervonta ain't in trouble and that's what they want to do, I ain't knocking it. I'm not knocking it. If that's what Gervonta, if Gervonta and Leo fight next, so be it. It ain't a fight nobody. They always giving us fights that we don't ask for. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked Leo Santa Cruz to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. We just asked you to fight Gary Russell. That's it. We didn't ask you to do nothing. We didn't ask you to do none of that. Nobody care about Gervonta and Leo Santa Cruz, bro. I wish I would buy that pay-per-view, man. I wear a Gucci bag before I bought that pay-per-view. I love Donald Trump shirt before I bought that pay-per-view. And that ain't never happened. And neither one of them things is ever happened. So that's how much I care about that fight. Now, if Gary and Leo fight, I don't care if it's pay-per-view or not. I don't want to pay $80. I don't care how much more money Leo make fighting Gervonta and Gary. I want to see the best fights. Leo Santa Cruz, I'm going to stay pissing on his name. If they put him in the Hall of Fame, I'm going to go there and throw a banana or a tomato at his head. He definitely don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. A lot of these guys don't. A lot of you guys, these dudes is cowards. I don't care what you can't be a coward training for boxing. You know, you can't be a coward training. Yes, you can. It's proven every day in the sport of boxing. Every day, it ain't business. This beyond business. People say, oh, it's business. Yeah, it ain't business. Business is turning down $15 million to fight Canelo Alvarez. That's good money. That is not business. It's these dudes scared. Boxing ain't dead. These dudes just scared in my Jeezy voice, man. These dudes don't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? If Leo Santa Cruz slipped and fell off the face of the earth today, I wouldn't be mad. It's funny how dudes like Kobe gone, but Leo's still here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mixing no words. You know what I'm saying? All these marks in boxing, all these old people in boxing, you know, turning the boxing game into bullcrap and they still here living. That just told you good and bad. That's all. It's all subjective. You know, but it is what it is. People say, that was harsh. I don't care. I'm going to speak my mind. Just like what Willie D said, how Charles Barkley still here, but Kobe not. I ain't have a problem with him saying that. People say that's insensitive. So what? Everybody want the truth until the truth come out. Everybody want the real. People don't want the real. The real hurt feelings. You know? The real, that people don't want the real, but, you know, Gary Russell said he's jumping up to 35. I know personally that Al Haymon and them don't want him to do that, but this is just my hypothesis on this. This is just my educated guess on the whole situation with him, is that he threatened to jump up to 35 so Al Haymon can either pay him some extra money or give him the fights he wants with Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Tank Davis. That's my opinion on it. My opinion is he threatening to jump up 2 weight classes against Al Haymon Will and PBC, Sylvia, all them, Sam Will. He willing to jump up all them weight classes so he can bluff and get the fight that he really wants. Now, Gary Russell going to 135 is a death wish. You know, King Tug last night said he didn't have no power. So when you move up, either you got to sit down on shots to get more respect, or you got to move up and you got to beat dudes with speed. One of the two. You got to move up, beat these dudes with speed, or you got to sit down on your punches to give some respect. And at 5'4", and I know Tank like 5'5" too, but Tank is more stocky. Tank, he got the style to walk taller opponents down. And with these taller opponents not knowing how to fight with range and will fight at long distance, well, they give Tank a chance. That's a lost art. But with Gary Russell, I just don't see enough. I don't see enough slickness. I don't see enough finesse, and I don't see enough punching power for him to move up in that weight class. He go up there, his career gonna be pretty much over with. You know, and it's sad that he got to threaten to take these risks to get the fights that he want, And who do this story sound similar to? This story sounds very, very similar to Grimo Rigondeaux. You know, even though Gary Russell is way more exciting of a fighter than Rigondeaux, Al Haymon is doing the same thing that, you know, the politics and Top Rank did with Rigondeaux. But the difference is that Gary Russell is by far a more exciting fighter, and Gary Russell has a straight little fan base, you know, out of Maryland and all that. You know what I'm saying? And Al Haymon don't even put, he got one of the best prospects on his PBC with Gary Anton Russell, who 13-0 with 13 knockouts, just got another first round knockout, and he don't promote him. So, you know, obviously Al Haymon has something against the Russells. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. He got something against Gary Antonio, Gary Anton Russell, Gary Russell, Mr. Gary Russell Jr., and he got something against the daddy. I don't know what it is. Is he jealous because he didn't have the sons and name them all Gary, like George Foreman did all the Georges, and how Gary Russell did all the Garys? I guess. You know what I'm saying? I guess he jealous or whatever, but you know, it's crazy. I don't think he got enough finesse, you know, or enough footwork and enough fluidity to move up 2 weight classes. I think going to 130, I think it's a lot of politics up there. If he don't get Leo, then, you know, a rematch with Jojo Diaz, do we really want to do that? He already beat Jojo Diaz. I mean, what else do you look at as well? You look at Miguel Burchett, if they can, you know, maybe that's something he want to do. Or Jamel Herring. But then again, that's top rank, the zone, and PBC. And Leo don't want to fight you. He as good as on the other side of the street. So with Gary Russell, it's tough. It's really, really tough. Politics is politics at 35. Who can he beat at 35? Fortuna started down at 130. Luke Campbell, a big 135. Devin Haney is really a 140 pounder. Teofimo Lopez gonna move up at the Loma. You know, Loma gonna move back down to 130 or even 126 and fighting Navarrete and the Nuiwak. So I think it's best for Gary Russell to stay at 126. And I understand he can't get the fights that he wants, but I think the best weight class for him, he only came in when they did the second weigh-in with Showtime, he only came in at 129. You know what I mean? He ain't got that long of a reach. So, you know, that's truly a death wish on his part. That's truly a death wish on his part to go up 2 weight classes. I just don't think that's smart. I think it's a bluff. And if Al Haymon allowed him to go through with that bluff and don't deliver a big fight with Warrington, or don't deliver a big fight, you know, with Leo Santa Cruz, Gervonta Tank Davis, then, you know, that just lets you know, man, when you a fighter and you considering signing with these management companies or TV series or promoters, just know, man, if they don't really want you like that, and they're not gonna treat you like they treat, you know, Keith Thurman, or they ain't gonna treat you like they treat Floyd Mayweather, or treat you like Errol Spence. And if you're gonna be a Gary Russell, or you're gonna be, you know, a forgotten cause, and they're not gonna push you like that, then, you know, it's politics on your side of the street. You know what I'm saying? People say you should sign the PBC. Have they not heard of Gary Russell? Did they not see the beginning of the Errol Spence Jr. career when he couldn't even get his shine on? You know what I'm saying? Did they not see, you know, what's going on, you know, with countless other fighters on PBC? Just because you signed the PBC, it still could be years before you get that fight. And that one fight gonna define your legacy. And if you lose it, then it was hard, you know, getting to that fight. You got to rebuild yourself back up. So, you know, signing to, you know, one promotional management or TV series company does not ensure you're going to get the fights that you want and when you want it. Because they protect them fighters on their same side of the street. It's politics on your side of the street. And for Gary Russell, it's sad. You know, he may need to sign with Top Rank to get the Jamel Herring fight. You know, and he a big guy. To get Miguel Burchett, and he a good guy. He came from 26-2, you know, to get some of those fights, because all the fights he looking at is politics. Now, if Lomachenko, Teofimo fight, and the winner drop all the belts, and Loma move down and Teo move up, however it happened, you know, then could he get in there and he get some fights? Yeah, I mean, but you still got Richard Comey there. You still got, you know, George Campbell. So you got some big hitters there, man, but not that many names. So, you know, I think it's best for him to stay at 26 if he don't want to move up to 30 due to politics. But like I said before, you know, he the new Rigondeaux, man. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. I'll put all the information in the description so you can check it out for yourself. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal. All the information is in the description. But the best way to donate is share the video. Let me know what you guys think. Probably gonna go live tonight on the Gary Russell situation. And tomorrow, this weekend, coming up, the 14th, Valentine's, they got Ryan Garcia fighting, I forget who the hell he's fighting. He's fighting somebody. And then you got Saturday, Caleb Plant fighting from Nashville. I'm considering going. I'm thinking about it. But hey, let me know what you guys think. One time for the one time. We gone.